crack that open. Very anticlimactic bottle pop there. So these guys, these Black Maple Hill guys, what I was reading on their website, they had sourced their distillate supposedly from the Willett area, and then apparently from Buffalo Trace, and now they're getting it from his Stein Distillery in Joseph, Oregon. Cheers. Cheers. It's got a different nose to it.
Yeah, almost a little. It's a little bit of mustiness on the back end. Overall, it smells.
It's got a weird kind of different spice on it.
Yeah.
It's not a very heavy nose.
Smoky.
Not a sharp one at all. That reminds me of like right off the first like half second on the sip. It's kind of like almost like a burnt peanut brittle. I know you haven't had that, but there's a little bit of a rye spice in there, but it kind of dissipates pretty quick.
Yeah.
Definitely getting I think you nailed the head there with the musty. Getting
almost
something
kind of trying to be a cigar blend type, but
not quite
it's
there.
kind of pushes you towards that taste, but then it kind of just drops off. I don't know. Not terrible. That has a little spice finish on the back end.
It's not bad.
Interesting.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's definitely different. You think that's worth the dollar amount that you paid for it?
I think that was about $65 if I remember correctly.
That's not too bad.
Wasn't terrible.
Not terrible.
Good to try something new. I don't know it'll be one I reach for frequently though. Are you ready for Traverse City Whiskey Company?
Yeah, let's try that one out.
North Coast Rye. These are very similar proofs, 47.5 and 45%. So we will
Full
get
disclaimer,
going.
I think I've had that Traverse City Rye before, and I like their original straight bourbon whiskey, and that's pretty good stuff. I don't know, I haven't had anything. I didn't like their cherry. That was the one I didn't really care for that much, but
They do. Traverse City is known for their annual cherry festival, which I think they just had a few weeks ago. I agree with you. It was different. It was unique. It might have a place in a mixed cocktail, but understand why they did it. But
yeah, it's part of their thing up there. Especially that cherry festival is huge.
wasn't terrible, but just different.
Out of their lineup, I would probably go for that straight bourbon.
Yeah, barrel proof is
Barrel
very,
proof was
very
pretty good.
So, Traverse City Whiskey Company here.
Here's the North Coast
Cheers.
Rye. Cheers. That's got a much bolder nose.
Yeah, a little sweeter smelling. Maybe
It's got a sweet rye instead of a
kind
spice.
of a,
Spice rye. If that makes any sense at all.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty smooth.
That's where when I got that in the cabinet, I think I'm gonna snag that over this Maple Hill just about every time.
I'd agree with you on
It's
that one.
just-
That's to me that's a better pour. That's a better.
Smooth.
That Maple Hill might be good in like a mixed drink,
That
a
definitely
cocktail,
could have its role. So where you need a little more spice, you need a little more
a little more something.
depth.
Punch through like the bitters and the mixer.
Yeah, if you mixed it, I needed to balance out something that's too sweet, or I don't know. But this Traverse City whiskey is
This is a good sipper. It's got a really nice nose, pretty balanced nose. It's not sharp. It's definitely got a sweeter nose than.
I'm not sure how old this is. Something tells me it's maybe around a 4 to 6 year, but I can only pretend to imagine what that would be aged at a 10-year, 8-year, 10-year.
Oh, man.
Something a little older. Wow, that would be
If they put out a 10-year on that, that would be smooth.
knocking it out.
That'd
of
be
the park.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, very impressed.
It's good stuff.
As we continue to be with that distillery.
Ready to try this E.H. Taylor straight rye out? I'm interested in that because I have not tried that one out yet myself. I think you've had the
Barrel proof.
barrel proof
Rye.
You said that was really good.
I had a sample of that at a bourbon store. Very difficult to find that one. I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere other than that store.
Pretty nice little cork pop
Nice
there.
little pop.
I'm always impressed with the quality of their corks. It's got just a lighter color to it.
Maybe a cork connoisseur now.
Well, ever since, I got that $90 Ben Holiday that came with a screw top. Yes, I'm just a little salty on that. I don't know. I like the sound of the cork pop.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments if having a cork or not having a cork, if that bugs you, if you spend, $90 of your money or $100 of your money, if you got a screw top on a $100 bottle, would you be a little disturbed by that? Would you prefer a cork? Do you not care? Let me know in the comments. And while you're at it, check to see if you're subscribed and if you like the video.
One things he's referencing is a new 8-year release from Ben Holiday. Fantastic
But it's got a screw
top.
top.
Now, it is airtight,
Oh, it's sealed. It's definitely sealed.
but just different. So
But, that just might be their style and they're going to stick to it and they're not going to care what I say.
I'm not sure we're gonna care that much because we still like their stuff for a while.
Yeah, they make some good juice.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry, I poured a little bit more than
That's
just a small sample.
That is okay. That's why I got it on a glass. This is
See, this is a very smooth nose. It's got a little bit of a sweet, a little bit of a baking spice mixed in there in the back end. But that is not sharp on the nose at all. Like that smells just.
so. My initial thoughts: we have tasted a variety of E.H. Taylors, small batch, single barrel, and even the barrel proof, and they all kind of have a similar
Nosing.
nose. This is unique. This is different. Still a hint of the similarity, but
Wow. That's completely different from the North Coast Rye.
totally different animals.
All three of those are completely different.
Yeah.
This one's kind of got a more of a bold upfront flavors. It's not a spicy rye, but it's not exactly sweet either. Say it's probably like a mixture between the two. Like you get a little bit of sweetness, but not really. You get a little bit of that heavy spice, but it's not very heavily spiced. But you get that rye flavor in there. And it's kind of lasting. I mean, the flavor's lasting a pretty good amount of time.
There's that typical E.H. Taylor taste is there. You can taste it, but it's got the rye twist to it. I will say that one barrel proof I feel like was a little bit smoother with the higher proof at the same time. There's a little bit of I don't know if it's just my palate being affected from the other ones we sampled, but there's a little bit of almost a tiny bit of a bitter back end on this one. But nothing that would stop me from reaching for that.
Yeah, it is almost a little bit. Yeah, it is kind of bitter on that final note in the back of your tongue there.
So I think my only downside of this is it kind of leaves you with that, which is a little different. But it may just be, have to try that a different day, see if we get the same results. So
Right.
yeah, not bad.
So we went from
Not bad.
90 proofs. This one's 100 proof, but definitely not disappointed with that at all. Although I don't know. Might have to do another video with some of your E.H. Taylors because I think it's a toss up on that small batch. For me, at least, small batch and the single barrel and the barrel proof.
Yeah,
I think that would
be a good. Almost, we should probably do that
comparison.
blind.
Yeah.
That would be good to see if it's worth 2 to 3 times the price for the barrel proof. I have a feeling it's going to be because we were very impressed with that when we sampled that. I recently got a hold of a bottle, so that may be a future video.
If y'all are wondering like how he's acquiring these allocated bottles and you're sitting there going, man, I'll never see that stuff in our lifetime. We don't find this in our area. It's usually coming off of the internet. There's a auction site that's based out of Chicago. I'm not going to advertise for freedom, but if you Google search online auctions out of Chicago and you're looking for some unicorn bottles, I'm sure you will be able to find the same auction that we use. And they do an auction weekly, and they have wines, they have beers, they have bourbons, whiskey, scotches, you name it. And that's where most of the allocated harder to find items come from. And it's been a great resource on that because sometimes you can win an auction, you can get a bottle at a good price, and haven't been disappointed with that at all. Packaging is phenomenal. Shipping straight to your door. It's got to be home. But other than that, sometimes it's better checking the auction than messing around with the secondary prices at the liquor store, and they're wanting an obscene amount of money for a secondary price. It's just an option for y'all out there if you're trying to expand your collection, or if you're looking for a particular bottle, maybe do a little snooping around the internet and see what you can find. Want to move on to the Thomas Handy?
Let's do it.
You want to crack that one open? I feel bad about cracking.
It's time.
That's a rather expensive bottle.
Been waiting for this for a little bit.
You've been hanging on to that one for quite a while.
Thomas Handy Sazerac. It is a 129.2 proof.
I mean, that's a cool bottle. It's got that old time kind of feel to it. That's how
similar to the other antique collection, the Sazerac 18, I believe, the Eagle
Rare
17.
17 or 18.
Yeah, somewhere in that ballpark.
They have a William LaRue Weller that's also in that. Nice.
Alrighty.
Thank you, sir. Oh, yeah. No, you're good. Oh, I was just trying to catch your drops. Just didn't want to hit the floor.
A little drippy on that one there.
Yeah, it's all right.
There we are, Thomas
All right,
Handy.
to the Thomas Handy.
And the end of our lineup. Quite a lineup.
Yes. Thank you for picking these bottles out of your collection and sharing them with not only me, but the rest of the internet that may or may not care what we think about them. But this is more of documentary purposes for our hunting down the road, so we know what we like, we don't like. But if you guys like these videos and you think they're entertaining or useful to you, consider subscribing, liking, sharing the videos with someone that you think might also enjoy these. I would definitely appreciate it. Help grow the channel. It's kind of a fun little hobby for me. But
Tell us something you want us to try out and give you our thoughts. We're open to suggestions. We've got lots of ideas. We could always do blind comparisons, blind tournament style.
I think a
Picks
tournament
over a
style
few different days, ryes or bourbons or wheateds. It's been fun exploring the different iterations of whiskey and bourbon. All 4 of these have very
different.
unique noses. They're
Yeah.
just
These are not the same at all.
not in the same category. I don't know how to explain it, but my first time having the Thomas Handy, and it's
This seems like a spicy rye on the nose. I'm getting more of that rye spice on it, but it's smoothed out.
it's a lighter feel to it. I don't know how to.
But-
that probably doesn't make sense. But
This is also the higher proof out of the four of them. This is a 129.2 proof. It's a 64.6 ABV for the European and everyone else in the world that goes off the ABV.
cheers.
Cheers. That's good. So I'm getting more of a vanilla note
Yep.
with a little bit of baking spice, and then the back end kind of carries a little bit of a heat spice to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you definitely notice the proof to it.
Yeah, definitely warms up the back of the throat.
There's just a slightly different flavor that I just can't pick out, but something a little bit unique in the background there. Kind of the mid portion of the finish.
Yeah, it is.
It's good.
That is definitely different.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's pretty good. It's almost man, how do you describe that? Like almost like a nutmeg baking spice, like towards the back end there. It's not bitter.
No.
It's definitely not sweet. I mean, you can tell the proof is there, but at the same time, it's warming, but it's not burning.
Yeah, it's almost a hint of almost a hint of a hops towards the end. Maybe really, really light.
Like a light hop note.
I don't know. Or
Yeah, I could see that. It's kind of got that herbal note to it.
it's not the predominant note, but just hanging on the end there.
Yeah, I would say almost like hops or some sort of herbal note there in the back end. Maybe almost like a little leathery.
Yep. I think that's a good way to describe it. Yep. That'd probably be a little more accurate.
Like a herbal
Yeah.
leather.
It's not bad. It's I don't know, what's your impression?
I like it. To me, I think that's probably the smoothest out of the four that we have here.
Yep, I agree.
But at the same time, it's kind of almost not fair to compare that to the other three,
Different animal.
but they're all completely different. I think they're all pretty good, and they all have their own places. I think that black
Yeah.
maple would be great in like an old fashioned or something like that, or
Yeah.
a mixed drink. The
Yeah.
Traverse City whiskey, North Coast rye. I mean, I almost want to like wait to sip on that in like the mid fall, get a fire going, roast some marshmallows, and have some of that, because I think that would go just perfect with like a little bit of a cooler, crisper evening air with a little fire going. The H. Taylor, I don't know. I have yet to have anything from them that I'm disappointed with.
Yeah.
But that's a total different. It's got a completely different body. It's a little more. I think that one's a little bit more bold up front and in the middle. But that back end leaves you. You think you hit it right on the head, on the nail on the head on that one. It leaves a little bit of a bitter note on the back end. Not super strong, but you definitely get some sort of bitter note. It's
Yeah.
kind of leaves you with that, and it's kind of.
And that E.H. Taylor barrel proof rye is 2 to 2.5 times more expensive on some of the sites that we follow, and I understand why. It's definitely a smoother finish, but
Do you think it's worth the couple $100 though?
I don't know. It is a smoother finish. I think if you're gonna drink it neat regularly, and it would be one that you would just slowly sip on, but it may be worth it. A little bit higher proof and smoothness.
Fair enough.
It might be worth that. If you be very expensive if you're a daily sipper kind of thing, but
Yeah, you need some deep pockets if you're sipping that
Um,
daily.
yeah, these are just that's I think the unique thing that I'm discovering with this whiskey and bourbon journey is we have 4 very unique, all over the place price range from $45 to $345, and just a variety of samples that on a different, depending on the day, might reach for one versus the other. That's the neat thing about exploring,
Oh yeah,
sipping around and find out. So it's
absolutely. There'll be more rye comparison videos coming up. So you have a healthy collection of different ryes. I'm looking forward to cracking into with you and trying out and exploring those. But maybe after we taste them all up, maybe we do a blind tournament style or something like that. Also, let us know in the comments if you think that'd be something interesting, like a blind. Do a tournament style, what we think 1 through 4, take the top 2, move them on to the next round, do another batch of 4, take those top 2, and then compare the winners at the end or something.
if you have a favorite rye,
Oh yeah, comment that too. Let's
open to suggestions. We got a few that we haven't even tried. The New Riff Balboa rye, Pikesville straight rye that's out of Heaven Hill, Knob Creek 10 straight rye. Just stumbled upon that at a store not too long ago.
got that Hotel Tango rye too.
Hotel Tango. That's another one of our sleeper picks. Hotel Tango, like the bourbon, haven't tried the rye yet, so
That bourbon was really good.
it's very good. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of ryes you guys have tried out there. Let us know what your favorite is. Until then,
Drink responsibly, like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful rest of your day.